Today we will see the next mantra, which is Purva Phalguni Nakshatra. Purva Phalguni is also called as Pubba. Those who speak Telugu, it is called Puram. Telugu and Kannada, it's called Pubba, Purva Phalguni. And also those who speak Tamil, it is called Puram. And this Purva Phalguni Nakshatra is the lord of this nakshatra is identified as Shukra, and Surya is the Adidevata, and the Pratyadidevata is the Mantrokta Devatas or the Pitru Devatas. So the mantra starts with Gavam Patihi Phalguninam Tvam Tvam Gavam Patihi Phalguninam Asi. You are actually the lord of the cows. So, of course, a lot of times people keep focusing that it was an agrarian society where livestock, especially cows, were wealth, but that's only a very superficial meaning. As many times I have mentioned, the word "gau" is used in the sense of knowledge. So you are the lord of all the knowledge, and also you are the lord of the constellation Phalguni, that is Uttara Phalguni, Pura Phalguni. You are the lord of this constellation, and the mantra itself addresses the Devata Aryaman or Aryama Devata, and along with Aryama Devata, we also invoke Varuna, because Varuna is the one who removes all the sins, Papa Nivaraka Devata, and he is also a Mitra, as a friend. Then there is an interesting Vedic word here, Saninam Sanitaram. Saninam means those who worship you. Sanitaram, that is, you grant what they ask for. So Sani is where they worshipped, and the Sanitara is the worshipper. So the worshipper asking for whatever boons, you are the one, Aryama Deva, you are the one who grants that. Not only that, Vayam Jivaha Jivantam, that is, we are able to live. We are still living because you have granted the life for us. In other words, you are the Jivana Prada. You are the one who has given life for us. And as long as you are there in me, I will be alive. And therefore, as my own life, I actually I come near you. Oh, in other words, the Purona Vakya, or the first sentence, is where we are invoking Aryama Deva, who is the lord of Pura Phalguni. We are invoking him to come to the altar. O Aryaman, you who removes the sins of all, and you are a friend of everyone. You are the protector of knowledge, and you are the lord of the Phalguni constellation. We approach you with a plea. So what is our plea? It is, you grant all our desires. You grant good life for us, and by your grace, we want to live well. Then, having invoked him to the Yajnashala, then now we have got to offer him the making of the offering. Yena ima vishwani bhuvanani sanjita, yena, by whom you, who is known as Aryama, ima vishwa bhuvanani, this visible and invisible world, and also all the living beings, sanjita, the Vedic word sanjita means controlled. It is because of you the seen and the unseen world is actually controlled. Yasya chetaha deva anusamyanti, and your mind, your intention, according to your instruction, all the gods follow. That means even unspoken, unordered, undirected, the devatas know what is going on in your mind, and they obey you. And such is your grace, Hey Aryama Raja, and you are actually Ajaraha, Ajara actually means old age. Ajaraha here should be interpreted as who is immortal. And you are Tuvishman means you are intelligent, Buddhiman. And you are the Phalguni Nam Rishabha. In the Phalguni constellation, all those Phalguni constellations, if you think of them as cows, as a set of cows. In that cows, you are Vrishabha, you are like the bull among the cows. And among the bulls, you say, you as a bull, you do Roraviti, you are bellowing, and you firmly establish yourself among the gods. So this is the verbatim meaning of this mantra. So, Aryama is a very, very important Vedic god. In fact, one of the rare Vedic gods who is worshipped even to this day, especially in our ritual, because he comes from the root Arya, that means one who is noble. So where do we really come across this Aryama? It is in the marriage ritual, in the Vivaha Vidhi. In the Vivaha Vidhi, there is a particular ritual called the Laja Homa. Laja is actually puffed grains. This puffed grains is picked up by the brother of the bride, and the brother of the bride offers it with a ghee to the bride, and the bride actually, together with the bridegroom, offer this as a havis in the wedding process. So thus you will see Aryama is actually very, very important Vedic god in bringing the union of a man and woman in marriage. So interestingly, the concept of Aryama in the Veda is thought of as when a boy, a man, asks the hand of a woman and he says, "Will you marry me?" He asks the girl, "Will you marry me?" And that can happen, Veda says, only when Aryaman is sitting in the heart of the bridegroom or in the heart of the boy. So it's only then, because a man will meet a number of women in his life, a number of girls in his life, and to not everyone he goes and proposes. There's one special person to whom he will be attracted and she will be attracted, and he says, "I would like to marry you." So how does that happen? It happens because Aryama at that point of time sits in the heart of that boy, and that is what makes him ask the hand of a girl. And thus you will see Aryama, how he also brings together a man and woman. And from then on, he is the one, Aryama is the one, no matter what oppositions come. In fact, we know of several instances where a boy proposes to a girl and the parents don't like, the families don't like, and then a lot of resistance is presented. But we will see that in 99% of the cases, they will get married and their will prevail. And Veda says that is because constantly this Aryama is sitting there. Why? It is because Aryama is the governor of vows. So when a person makes a vow, and when Aryama is sitting and making the person make a promise, he will see to it that that promise is never broken. So you can see how powerful is this Aryama. And it is not just he will make people do what they wish, because he is also a maintainer of tradition, custom, religion. So that is why you will see, no matter, even if there is such a resolve in a boy and girl that they are going to get married, they go out of their way, they bend backwards to make sure that the parents and the rest of the relatives agree to that union. So this is again because Aryama is the one who makes sure that this tradition, that the Devatas, the Rishis and the Pitrus, all of them, even in the beginning there may be an opposition, he brings them together and he actually makes everybody agree ultimately and brings this union together, as long as it is in Dharma. See, that we should not forget, because he is the one who is also the Lord of Dharma. And he is the one who also regulates the rituals. And it is in the presence of this Aryama that all the rituals also happen. So in the entire marriage process, we always invoke Aryama Deva, along with Bhaga, along with Brihaspati. He is all invoked in the Vedic mantras of the wedding. So then how can we evaluate the character of this Devata Aryama? Best described as one who is the Lord of chivalry. So who is a chivalrous entity? Anyone who is one, courageous. So he is the one who gives courage to people, but at the same time honorable, and then very courteous, and always ready to help the weaker people. So all of these characters he makes the individual whose heart Aryama occupies. And after all, every bride wants her husband to be a person like Aryama. And that is why in the Laja Homa, she actually expects. And then when praying in that, giving the Laja Homa, in that prayer he says, may my husband completely become of the quality of a chivalrous Aryaman. And this is also why in the Shanti Mantra also we say, Shanno Bhavattu Aryama. And then, incidentally, he is also one of the 12 Adityas and is the chief of the Pitrus. The forefathers are also there, which means not only in the Shubhakaryas of wedding, etc., that Aryama is invoked, he is also invoked in Antyeshti. When a person departs this body, then also we invoke Aryama, because he is the one who delivers the jiva for a superior life. Thus, the Purva Phalguni Nakshatra and the Lord Aryama acquires a lot of significance in the Nakshatra Sukta. And then with this, I'm going to hand over the mic to Pooja for her presentation on the Vishakha Nakshatra.